All right, Andrew, what subject do you want to do next?
Math.
Okay, math it is. All right, since you are under 10, you can skip count. Andrew, could you please skip count the 4s?
4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52, 56, and 60.
Good. So I'm not checking these all off as I'm going through this. I might run a line through it afterwards, once I've double checked that he did all of the 4s correctly, but I'm not checking them individually. I'm not marking the boxes individually. So, all right. Okay. Now, Andrew, for the purpose of the video, you don't need to skip count again. I would then just randomize the skip counting. So do the 4s, do the 9s, do the 12s, and then, back and forth,
Like
just to make sure.
3,
Just to make sure they're getting
12,
them. Yep, getting them, all of them. Now, when it comes to when you're over 10, so Andrew, let's pretend like you are over 10 years old now, okay? These math cards are put out by CC. These are the ones that I'll be using. They have the communicative law, and so they've got 1 times 4 and 4 times 1. These will be shuffled. For the sake of this video, Andrew does not know his multiplication table all that well. He does know them a little bit, so these are a little bit easier ones up front. So, but these would be shuffled, and then the child would have to say the math fact. So, Andrew.
4 times 4 equals... 4 times 1 is 4.
Okay, good. 4 times 1 is 4.
5 times 10 is 50.
Good. Okay. Now, the beauty of these cards is the fact that, so this shows them the math fact, but on the back, there's the answer for the proctor. So I could just be holding up 1, and he would say 10 times 5 is 50, and then the answer's on the back. So
1 times 9 is 9.
Good. Okay. Now the zeros are in there as well. So it's a super easy one for your kids. It gives them the confidence booster.
0 times 10 equals 0.
Good. Okay. Again, answers are on their back as you're doing them. Now there's some grace into how long that they can take to figure out the answer. So, CC gives the 3-second rule. I'm not going to be a stickler on the 3-second rule but the purpose of the 3-second rule is so the kid cannot skip count in their head. 8 times 11, 8, 16, 24, 32, 30, 36, 40, 48. So they can't skip count to get to the 8 times 11. So that's the purpose behind the rule. So as long as you're not thinking that they're skip counting, it's fine. So if they make a mistake, maybe take it off to the side and have them come back to it. But again, it's lots of grace, but also make them feel comfortable. Know that they're anxious. They're probably very anxious about this. So there's lots of grace. As far as when we get to the laws at the end, a couple of them have parentheses. So there's also ones that have the associative law for addition versus the associative law for multiplication. When it comes to those, you can't say, tell me the associative law for addition. You have to say, just tell me the associative law, and they have to know to say, the associative law for addition states, do you remember it? It's been a while since we've gone over it. And we say, open parentheses.
A plus B close parentheses plus C equals A plus open parentheses B plus C close parentheses.
Okay, and then he would go on to say the associative law for multiplication states, and he would then go do the one for multiplication. So I would not prompt him to say, okay, now what's the associative law for multiplication? But notice he said open parentheses A plus B, and that's really important because that's a part of it. So Hopefully that gives the answer to the question. Also, in terms of a couple of them talk about pi. So it's the area of a circle. The area of a circle equals pi 3.14 times the radius squared. They need to know what pi is. They could say the area of the circle equals pi times the radius squared, pi 3.14, and I've heard that too, and as long as they're defining what pi is equal to, it doesn't matter where they say it. So hopefully that helps. Okay, the other thing about the math that I forgot to mention, so I'm going to split this video into this other video, is that these math facts, because they're front and back of the cards, you'll need to run through them twice. So you need to run through the stack on the front side, and then once they're done running them through the front side, then you have to flip them over and run them the back side as well to make sure that you've gotten all of the math facts.